Welcome to Tucson, Arizona, stop number 2. My name is Dave Vincent alongside Dave Fink for this men's round of 16 select match. It's Luis Moreno as he goes up against Luis Cordova here in this men's round of 16. Dave, you've watched both of the players. Luis does not look like he has had any sleep today, but that's sort of what he does on a regular basis, am I right?
Well, no one really knows what he does on a regular basis, Dave. But it's hard to pinpoint when he's going to play well and when he won't. There's been times he looks like he hasn't slept and played the best I've ever seen him play, and other times he's played like he hasn't slept.
Short.
You know, Dave, Luis Cordova, the #1 seed in the qualifier
Two,
here,
play 0 over.
drew the #1 seed in this tournament, which you'd say is bad luck, but
Check the ball, please.
Cordova not unhappy to draw Moreno. He's played him close
Two
before,
serves,
including their
two,
last
play
encounter
0.
about 13 months ago at the Plummer race stop,
Short.
where he led
Second
18-13 in a game to 25.
Luis Moreno, right before this
That out.
match, on his way to the club, got a phone call from Mexico where he found out that his
0 plays
aunt
2.
just passed away.
Oh, yeah.
So
Short
those
ball.
big puffy eyes you see are
Second serve.
from somebody who's distraught and really shouldn't even be in a handball court playing handball right now. You would have to say these two are rivals from the mere fact that Cordova from
Side
Juarez, Mexico, Luis
2 play
Moreno
0.
from Hermosillo, now living in Tucson.
Short ball.
They
You
played
feel?
each other when they were juniors growing up. Of course, Cordova was just
One
slightly
agree,
younger,
one
but
disagree. Second serve.
Luis Cordova has almost his whole family here, Dave. His brother, his dad, a bunch of his in-laws from Juarez, Mexico,
Side
made
out.
the trip in yesterday. He said
0 plays 2.
this is one of the first times in the last couple of years that he and his brother and dad have been able to hang out together, because he's living now in Pensacola, Florida. His brother living in Chicago. But Dave, would you say Luis Cordova has one of the
Over
most
ball, 0 plays 2.
lethal offensive right hands in the game
Short.
right now?
well, I put it in the top
Second
5,
serve.
just from what I saw at the U.S. Open. But he has to prove it on the big stage. A lot of guys look like they have great lethal right hands or strong hands
Point.
until they play somebody that is their match.
1 plays 2. Short. Hold on, I'm going to call a screen ball. I saw it good.
I heard the referee
Screen
call
ball.
short, and then he turned around and called that a screen.
2 serve.
Luis Cordova has really improved his serve. He went from a guy, Dave, who had no serve during the Race for 8 1 season where he finished in the top 8, and now he actually has a weapon in the service box. Of course, he's playing against a guy who might have the best serve in the game right now.
Yeah, this is one of those guys in Luis Cordova who can be very offensive, Dave, and if you're playing against him, you
2
better
plays
not get
2.
into that little tiddlywinks game with him, because he'll outshoot you. He does hit a heavy ball too, doesn't he?
He's got a lot of power. You know, Dave,
Side out.
since the Race for 8 1 season, which was 3 years ago,
2 plays 2.
Luis Cordova has put on a lot of muscle. I mean, you remember him being,
Short.
Dave, just kind of a gangly kid. He was only 19 or 20 at the time,
Second
youngest
serve.
guy to ever qualify for the Players' Championship. Now he's in the armed forces. He went through basic training, and he put on probably 15 pounds of muscle in his upper body. And it's paid big dividends
out.
for him. He didn't get to play as much handball over the last couple years, but the added strength has actually helped him
2
improve.
plays 2.
Wow.
Point.
Dave, this is a big match for Cordova because he could actually break into that
3
top
plays
8
2.
with a win here today and a loss by Celesto and possibly Marco Chavez. And he knows what's on the line here. This would be a huge upset, maybe not as big as people might
4
think,
plays 2.
but Luis Moreno has never lost in the round of 16 in 21 race starts.
You have to remember this, that Cordova, as we watch this rally develop here. Cordova had to qualify by playing 2 rounds of handball earlier today, and you're saying, well, why wouldn't he be in the Elite 8? Well, he just by a half of a point behind Anthony Celesto, who accepted that Elite 8 role, is the difference. And that's why you see Cordova having to qualify. This is his 3rd match of the day already, Dave.
4 plays 2 over.
You find a way that benefits Cordova in a way, because of course that unfortunate news that Moreno heard.
Hold on.
Ooh.
Call an avoidable.
Oh, an avoidable is called. Which
Side out.
the right scenario unfolded there with Cordova losing the rally.
But you,
No, I see what you're saying,
you know,
Dave.
coupled with the fact that
2
Luis
plays
is
4.
not, you know, really thinking about handball right now. He has the death in the family, and then you have Cordova here who's already putting some court times in. You know, he now knows what the courts feel like, and he feels strong. He knows what he can and can't do already today. You would think that would kind of benefit Cordova.
Well, I'm not going to put myself inside of Luis Moreno's head, but Luis Cordova
3 plays
had
4.
some pretty easy sparring sessions this morning, so I think that does benefit him. It wasn't
Short.
like he had to really strain himself to win those matches this morning.
Second serve.
So yes, I think in that respect, it evens the playing field a little bit because Luis Moreno grew up on these
Bad
courts.
bounce. What? Came straight into him. No, we replay him. If it's a bad bounce. Yeah. If you call him, if
Dave,
I
I
see him,
know
it's a
that
bad bounce
you want to
over,
jump in
okay?
here, but every pro was sent the
Play over,
rules
3 plays
to their
4.
email. It was seen by all, and yet we're still having these questions. It's just, I know it's frustrating for you, Dave. Me, I'm pretty easygoing.
Frankly, I don't care.
Oh, I didn't know that.
4 plays 3.
Good for you.
Even if we said it face to face, they
Yeah.
would still question it
Uh-huh.
as if they've never heard it before.
Okay.
So I'm not going to let myself down.
No, that's smart.
Side up. Three plays 4. Short ball. Second serve.
Wow.
Point.
Dave, that's what makes Luis Moreno the #1 player in the world. Shots like that.
4 plays 4.
Oh my goodness.
Point.
Look,
That
both
was-
of these guys are hitting the ball hard, but that was,
5 plays 4.
you know, when you're standing on the side of the handball court where they're blasting it by you and you still can't get a hand on it. And that's what Luis does so much, Dave. Why you see those overhits from Moreno?
I think it's from playing you at 6 in the morning, picking up those
Side out.
habits.
Well, that's what he has to do to get points. Just hit it right down the middle. So I
4
agree
plays
with you.
5.
Boy.
Both
Cordova,
guys, I think, playing really well right now, Dave.
I'm surprised the ball hasn't broke yet. They're hitting it hard right now.
I'm surprised that's the first time you've said that.
Well, we're only
5 plays
9
5.
in,
Yeah.
10 in.
Well,
Short. Saw it on the line. He appeals. 1 agrees, 1 disagrees. Second serve.
a lot of people have asked me so far today, have Luis Moreno and Paul Brady sparred against each other since Paul's been in town? As
Hold on.
far as I know, they haven't. Dave, you may know otherwise.
No, but they took a trip to old Tucson
Yeah.
and went and hit up Tombstone and
It's a hinder ball,
whatever
5 plays
else
5
they
over.
could possibly do the other day. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they will do things like that. They went sightseeing in the great Southwest, but
Yeah.
they didn't actually go into the handball court that I know of. I know that you, Sean Lenning, and Abraham, I think.
Side up.
But not Luis and
5 plays 5.
Paul.
I know you know this, Dave, but if Paul Brady wins this tournament, he'll become #1 on the rankings. That would be the first time he's ever been #1 on our power rankings. And you're saying, well, Moreno could make the
6
finals
plays
and
5.
they'd be tied if Brady won and Moreno made the finals, but Brady would have the head-to-head.
5 plays 6.
And Dave, this is a trivia question that you can tweet at DFWPH. Name every player that's ever been ranked #1 on the WPH power rankings. I know you could do it, Dave.
Probably can't. But if you told me how many there were, that would help me out.
6 plays 6.
We're all together at 6. Game number 1. It's best 2 out of 3 to 15. Breaker also played to 15. Win by 2, I believe, Dave. We're watching the WPH race for 8. Stop number 2.
Wow.
That's a nice rally right there, and the crowd likes it too. How many players have been ranked #1 in the power rankings with the WPH?
7 plays 6.
At WPHDF on Twitter to give your answer. Beautiful left-handed kill shot there from Cordova.
8 plays 6. Side out. Six plays 8. No, it was 8 plays 6, and now it's 6 plays 8. Short.
Luis Moreno has 6. Luis Cordova 8.
Second serve.
These guys are going to 15.
Hold on. Hold on.
Referee really
Over
quickly
ball.
stopping that. Both players seem like they're a little upset with the call from the referee there.
6
Normally
plays
you
8
don't
over.
see both players upset, but I think they kind of like this ground and pound style of game that they're playing. Both of them are comfortable in this pace, and they just don't want to stop. Sometimes you're feeling it. You don't want the rally to end. You're watching the WPH race 4-8 stop number 1. We're at the Tucson
That was a point.
Racket
7
Club,
plays 8.
Tucson, Arizona. This is the first select round of 16
Short.
match of the day.
Short. You appeal.
Our referee is
agree.
Anthony Celesto coming in from Wisconsin.
Second
Both of these
serve.
players originally from Mexico, now living in the United States. Luis Moreno from this club here in Tucson, Arizona. Luis Cordova, originally from El Paso, Texas, Juarez, Mexico, now living in Florida.
Point. Eight plays 8. Thank you. Point.
3 of Luis Moreno's 9 points now, Dave, on unreturned serves.
9 plays 8.
Well, he can do that. He has such a great serve that he just finds ways to get points when he doesn't have to do much other than serve, and then he makes crazy mistakes like that.
I'd love to see an instant
Side
replay of that return of serve. Luis Moreno airborne there to avoid the Luis Cordova return of serve kill.
8 plays 9.
Do you think the playing to 15 points benefits a guy like Luis Cordova? I mean, the more that you grind it out with Moreno, there's a good chance that he's going to get on a run with that serve. I mean,
I think
if
the
you,
shorter the
Thank
game,
you.
the more
Side
it
out.
benefits the underdog.
9 plays 8.
Timeout
10
from
plays
Luis
8.
Cordova. Let's
1
just
minute.
watch this last point, Dave. Just a
When
quick
we
serve and
resume,
shoot.
Luis will serve.
First kill, inside out, shoulder height kill. Dave, I know that you love the 20 adjective call, but look at this right here. He freezes him, forces Luis Moreno to commit there, and once he has him moving to his left, just an easy put away to the right. And you're saying, how can you end a rally against a guy like Luis Cordova when you hit the ball a 1.5 feet high, but when you got him going the wrong direction, it's really all you need.
You're watching the WPH race for 8, stop 2. Luis Cordova, there's a good image of him and his father as they walk near our broadcast booth. They make their way into this show court after that timeout.
All right, guys, play resumes. 10 plays 8. Short ball. Check the ball, please.
Luis Moreno now on a 4-0
Second
run
serve.
and still in the server's box. Not what you want.
No, they were all tied at 8 right there, so you would think that Cordova was positioning himself to score 7 more points, and now Moreno showing you why he is ranked number 1.
Well, remember, it was
11
Cordova
plays 8.
leading 8-6.
Short.
It's hard to score points when you don't get into the server's box.
Second serve. Side out. 8 plays 11.
A lot of people, Dave, may have only seen Luis Moreno in the finals against Paul Brady at the U.S. Open, where he just didn't look good at all. But what they may not know is that he blitzed the draw there at the U.S. Open. I mean, winning his first round 21-1, 21-3 against Eric Torres, blowing Diamond Nash away 21-1 in the second game, crushing Nadia Alvarado seemingly into retirement in that semifinal match, and then just came up way short against Paul Brady. But you know, this is the guy who was playing really, really well at that event up until he ran into the gunner.
Yeah, he looked really good.
You appeal the screen?
Luis Cordova's asking for a lot of calls now, Dave.
Appeals the screen?
I don't think are really happening. You can't appeal a screen, Dave.
I'm going to call it good, Luis. It's a point.
But the referee made Luis strategically feel as if he could call that screen to avoid a conflict. That's what great refs we have.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm kidding, of course.
Oh, I didn't know you were. Hard to tell with you. Such a serious person.
Hold on.
And pleasant to be around. 13
13 plays 8.
to 8 is the score here.
Point.
Now it's game point.
Possible game point, plays 8.
And we're going to have a 3-minute break in between this game.
This game, Dave, only 12 minutes old.
Luis looked just stunned there after that miss.
Side out.
Well,
How hard can he hit that ball?
8 plays 14.
not going to make a lot of great shots, just standing waiting for the ball. That time he gets his feet behind it, and he shuffled his feet so nicely.
Side out.
He's almost never going to miss a shot like that when he has his feet in the right position.
14
But when he
plays
stands
8.
and plants and swings, generally not a great outcome.
Hold on, screen ball.
Very frustrating for Cordova. He should have won that rally twice, particularly with the very last shot. But, you know, Dave, you get a little bit winded, and Luis Cordova Moreno gets into that
14-8 over.
groove, and he's just tracking the ball everywhere, all over the court. Moreno there hit such a great serve. I think he was irritated that it even came back.
Side out. 8 plays 14.
Luckily for Cordova, there is a game number 2, but he's also lucky for him. He's back in that server's box, but not for long as he now gets another side out.
Timeout, Luis. Cordova, 1 minute.
He's using every single one of these that he
14
can.
plays 8 when we resume.
It's a 1-minute break. You're watching the Race for 8 live on the internet. Tomorrow will be on ESPN, the Watch ESPN app. You can learn more at watchespn.com or just go to racefor8.com and read the instructions. I want to thank ESPN for powering, that's Powering if you're at home keeping score, the tour this year.
30 seconds. Players are given 2 1-minute timeouts per game to 15 and 1 30-second timeout. Dave, you have to actually touch both shoulders with both hands to get that 30. That's
Really?
the signal.
Okay.
Yeah. Without that,
Well,
you actually could be charged
Possible
technical
game
if you're out of
point,
timeouts, or you'd be
8.
just charged the full.
I have a feeling that there's a few people that probably do not know that there's that 30-second.
Well, they will learn once their fine comes in.
Wow, look at that ball hop away, and that's the end of
Game,
game
3
number
minutes.
1. We're going to take a 3-minute break. We'll be right back for Dave Fink, Dave Vincent. We'll have more continuous coverage of this round of 16 right around the corner. Stick with us.
Get ready for your next barbecue with the Southland's most delicious smoked sausages. I'm Rachel Serrato from Far West Meats. My family has provided quality, delicious meats locally for over 90 years. At Far West Meats, we take pride in serving a mouth-watering variety of smoked sausages, including beef, chicken, and Louisiana hot or mild, and our new products like Red Hots and Chicken Chorizo. Please find Far West Meats products at your local supermarkets, including Albertsons, Smart & Final, Stater Brothers, Superior, Gardinas, Walmart, Food for Less, and Winco.
Far West Meats is proud to be participating in the Simple Greens U.S. Open of Handball, as we have been a part of the Southern California handball community for over 40 years.
The Tucson Racket Club is your home away from home. Join us for world-class tennis, handball, racquetball, and the new rage, pickleball. Or try one of our 160 weekly group exercise classes. Want to swim laps or play with your family in the pool? Enjoy our 2 junior Olympic-sized pools and wading pool that are open year-round. Then round out the perfect day with a delicious meal at our restaurant or sports bar. All at the Tucson Racket and Fitness Club, where Country Club Road ends and fitness begins.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't, because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's 1 every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
Get a remarkable clean with non-toxic and biodegradable Simple Green All-Purpose Cleaner. Use straight from the bottle on heavy grime or dilute the concentrated formula to make up to 44 bottles of daily cleaner. Safe for all washable surfaces, Simple Green can be used indoors and out. From kitchens and bathrooms to living and play areas, countertops and floors to furniture and clothing. Keep your home and our world clean with Simple Green.
Rethink what you know about this Vegas icon. Elevate your expectations at the Stratosphere Hotel, Casino, and Tower. See what's new, up, down, and all around.
Here we go. We're gonna make some juice.
It's gonna be good.
She's excited. A little bit of kale.
Please don't put this on. I'm putting it all over the line.
It's wet. It needs something. No, it'll go.
Don't break my juicer. Looks good.
You ready to try it?
Come on, baby.
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
It's okay.
They might surprise you.
She took another sip. You saw it?
Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
We are back in Tucson, Arizona for game number 2 after Luis Cordova found himself with a nice, comfortable lead against Luis Moreno and then dropped it. He was up 8-6 and really never scored again, never had many opportunities to do so, and Moreno just ran it out and got rid of that game number 1 in about 15 minutes or so. You're watching this Race for 8 WPH Pro Tour. Appreciate all of those that have tuned in across the United States. And across the world as we get tweets from Australia. Our referee is Anthony Celesto. He's calling this one as a best 2 out of 3 to 15. The tiebreaker also played to 15. Players have a couple 60-second timeouts and one 30-second timeout.
Okay, guys, here we go. Start of game 2. Cordova will serve first. 0 plays 0.
I don't know how that happened, but Moreno just got hit by that ball from Cordova.
1 plays 0. Short ball. Second serve. Side out. 0 plays 1. Short. Second serve. I'm going to call it over, Luis. Before you, even if he made that shot, I was going to call it over. It was hinder ball. No, that's my fault. I just didn't call it early enough. 0 plays 1, over. Point.
Cordova Day finally ending
1
his
plays 1.
scoreless drought, which started 13 minutes ago. Remember, he led 8-6 and lost 15-8. Scores the first point here.
Point.
But now it's Moreno right back.
2 plays 1.
You heard the score there. It's 2-1 with Moreno in the lead. And there was a crazy bounce around that revolving door, and the referee called bad bounce, which they can do this year. So no score on that scoreboard. Dave, kind of explain the difference between last year when the players were not allowed, as we watch this amazing rally between the two Luises. Moreno moving his feet, getting back into position. I thought that ball would go revolving door. Luis takes it with his left hand.
Well, Dave, last year we decided we were going to play all bounces.
I thought he got it. You appeal?
And Dave, Luis Moreno stopped play, so this point
I
should be
take
over.
The player's word, and he got it. And both Jesse and I both thought he got it, and your brother
Well,
couldn't see.
Luis got that ball, but then made a noise, and
Right.
Cordova gave up because he thought he said he didn't get it.
That's
Should be an avoidable hinder.
That's written down in the rules.
Keep playing till
But,
I say something.
yeah, now you see the referee giving a warning.
That's another fine right there. I mean, Dave, we can't hear it
We
here.
can't hear it, but you heard it too through your headset,
From what
right?
I saw, it looked like he got it. So
Moreno actually
just gonna
said.
keep playing. There was a point. 3 plays 1.
That's rough. That call totally went in favor of Moreno.
So it was Moreno calling a double bounce and
On
Luis
himself, and then Luis
1 plays
Cordova
3.
gave up, but the referee then let Moreno stay in the server's box. I mean, I heard it when he went by it.
Yeah.
Now, he might not have said double bounce, but he might have said got it or something. But you still can't do that because your opponent is just waiting to hear you make one comment. There's a beautiful back wall set up from Moreno there.
3 plays 1. Point. Four plays 1. Timeout.
Some anger
5
there
plays
from
1. It's your
Luis
first.
Cordova. Very
1 minute.
uncharacteristic. On the plus side, though, Dave, I think Luis Cordova may have a career in Major League Baseball. He had to have fired that throw about 85, 90 miles per hour. I mean, can we get an instant replay of that? I mean, that was a sidearm, sort of a Kenta Colby submarine delivery in anger. But, Dave, I mean, that, what was that, 85? You played baseball, Dave. I mean, look at this throw here by Luis Cordova after this point ends. And he'll just pick up this ball here. Watch this.
Yeah, he's not happy right here. No, he
you
threw
know,
that plus 80. There's no doubt.
He's got a very bad shoulder, Dave. Not a lot of people know that, but I do. And that couldn't have felt great. I mean, even with a good shoulder, I don't think it feels great to throw it as hard as you absolutely can.
Well, if he has a bad shoulder, he hasn't been playing like it. Let's put it like that. But he's not happy.
You know, Dave, a lot of these players find, hey, you know, I'm injured. I can't even train. But training's different from playing in the tournament. You get those endorphins and the adrenaline going, and you know, you find that those nagging injuries that prevent you from training don't prevent you from doing anything once you're in a tournament.
Point.
Yeah, that has to be difficult. 6-1 is the score here.
6 plays 1.
Oh, that's a deep crack serve from Moreno, and he has a 7th point, and that's like taking a dagger and sticking it even further in. If you thought you were frustrated before, you see a referee starting to get, your opponent starting to get this nice little run, and the referee starting to give you your opponent a couple freebies. After a while, it just starts weighing on you.
Cordova has to hit 2 perfect shots there to win the rally.
1 plays 7.
Dave, I want to welcome in the Cordovas watching 2 months from now to this broadcast. Or should I say to this on-demand match?
He appeals. Both saw good. Point. 8 plays 1.
Luis Moreno, Dave, just looks so good right now.
9 plays 1.
Scoring 17 of the last 18 points. I mean,
point.
Dave, it's hard to score 19 out of 20 against Tanner Cleveland.
That's true.
10 plays 1.
It's not that hard.
Okay.
Okay.
That might be
But you get my point. And Dave, what do you do when you're just getting completely overpowered?
Thank you.
You start cheating.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm being nice about that.
Yeah.
I mean, the older you get, Dave, you'll start realizing that you can start doing these things. Not to make this about me, but I was playing Anthony Celesto, our referee in Denver one year, and I just basically started saying.
Oh, was that when you started tackling him before he was hitting?
And tickling.
Oh, tickling, yeah.
Tickling and tackling, they call it. It's the TNT, and that ball broke, I thought, but you heard the referee say over. Look at Moreno go front to back, and then Cordova finally closes him out, but that certainly had to get underneath the legs of Moreno. I thought Cordova was going to call a timeout. But really, Dave, some of the older players
plays 10.
will get to a point where they they start stalling and trying to break their rhythm, because Moreno is a rhythm guy, and he gets in that service box and he starts making it. You know instantly that the odds of winning is less than 5%. And you've seen him down here in practice when he gets into one of those phases. You're like, how does anybody beat this guy?
Yeah, he's in that right now.
Well, you have to start pulling the shenanigans, start talking about, how his business is doing, and trying to get him to think about things. He has rent to pay, or he's got a dispute with somebody. You never know what's going on, but you hope that you can trigger something to get his mind off the game.
Okay.
And that's a get right there from Cordova. And he gets that one too, and Moreno thought it was 2 bounces, and he just lackluster walks back and gets the ball, flips it. The crowd's really not that noisy because they're seeing Moreno's.
No, he gets that.
He gets that
11
easy.
plays 1.
6 to 8 inches off the ground. That's actually a compliment to Cordova. And look at that little.
When Luis starts with that, there's just nothing you can do. You can't even tackle him. He's too far in front of you.
Timeout.
There's a timeout being called on the floor.
Last 1
We're going to
minute.
take a quick 1-2. We'll be back in 1 minute.
12
Stay here.
plays 1.
We may just stay here. For Dave Fink, Dave Vincent, racefreight.com.
Rethink what you know about this Vegas icon. Elevate your expectations at the Stratosphere Hotel, Casino, and Tower. See what's new, up, down, and all around.
Play resumes. 12 plays 1.
You heard the call right there from our referee, Anthony Celesto. 12-1 going to 15. Luis Moreno serving here at 2:31 Arizona time. The next match will start right at 3 o'clock.
Second serve.
So wherever you are, if you're in Arizona, then the next match will start in about 30 minutes from right now.
Side out. 1 plays 12. Short.
The next match coming up will be
serve.
David Fink and Adam Bernhardt from Houston, Texas. Adam Bernhardt finally qualified. Now, he was in a round of 16 a few years back, but that wasn't an official qualifying match.
12.
And it was a really big deal for Bernhardt to get that
12 plays
new
1.
qualifier jersey, and boy, he shook everybody's hands and started tweeting and text messaging all of his friends and family. It was quite the experience earlier today. So we'll talk about Adam Bernhardt a little bit later on as he prepares for Dave Fink in this opening round in the round of 16. That's going to be about 25 minutes, 30 minutes from now.
Plays 1 over.
This is the WPH race 4-8.
Hold on.
If you just tuned in, Moreno found out on the way to
Gonna do it over.
the match here that his aunt just passed away in Mexico, and he is not
Over ball. 12 plays 1.
in the spirit to play handball, as he said.
Short. Second serve.
It's very hard to focus on a competitive match because it seems like it's all about you in a time when there's others are grieving and it's all about them, and you feel guilty. And Luis says he feels really guilty right now for being on this handball court.
That's a point. 13 plays 1.
The ball sounds like a broken half. 20 different pieces. you hear that comment from somebody in the stands that said it's about time somebody finally broke one. I mean, they're hitting the ball so hard. How could you not?
Okay. Play resumes. 13-1 over. Short. I called it short. One agrees, one disagrees. Short ball. Second serve.
This year, all main court matches are 15, 15, and 15. No one game to 25.
Possible match point, plays one.
And there it is. Moreno takes
Nice
down
match,
Luis
gentlemen.
Cordova 15-6, 15 to 8, 15 to 1, and he will now advance to the quarterfinals. We'll have another one coming up right around the corner. Dave Fink and Adam Bernhardt will be up at 3 o'clock. Stick around. More action in just a bit at racefor8.com.
The Tucson Racket Club is your home away from home. Join us for world-class tennis, handball, racquetball, and the new rage, pickleball. Or try one of our 160 weekly group exercise classes. Want to swim laps or play with your family in the pool? Enjoy our 2 junior Olympic-sized pools and wading pool that are open year-round. Then round out the perfect day with a delicious meal at our restaurant or sports bar. All at the Tucson Racket and Fitness Club, where Country Club Road ends and fitness begins.